Hi, I'm Alien Cat, a very ambitious message from Vladimir Putin, President of the Russian Federation. Putin, Russia is ready to use nuclear weapons. Vladimir Putin said on March 13th that Finland and Sweden's entry into NATO was a meaningless step, and that the number of Russian troops on Finland's border would be increased. In fact, this is not Putin's first nuclear statement. Since the beginning of the war in Ukraine, Russia has made 3 nuclear weapons declarations. Well, let's look at one of these nuclear weapons declarations made by Putin. Putin stated in an interview that nuclear weapons are deployed in certain regions for deterrence purposes, that Russia's nuclear weapons doctrine is for defense purposes, and that they know what nuclear weapons are at the same time. He announced that if Russia is targeted, there will be a response. In fact, neither Russia nor NATO are exactly threatening each other, which shows how balanced the Western Bloc and the Eastern Bloc actually are. It was very easy to come to this conclusion because Putin says that if NATO sends troops to Ukraine, a Russia-NATO conflict is inevitable, while the United States says that neither NATO nor the United States is likely to send troops to Ukraine. It's like a very good chess tournament. Both sides find the holes in each other's moves and play there. As a result, Russia says that if you send troops, there will be a conflict and tries to cautiously keep the real threat away from itself by maintaining its superiority against the small number of forces it is facing, while NATO says we will not send troops, but tries to equalize the situation and wear down the threat by sending weapons against the numerical superiority of the threat. From a broader perspective, both sides are trying to eliminate threats that will not pose a threat to them, or, even if they do, they are trying to eliminate that threat with the measures they take in advance. Ukraine is an important country here because both NATO and Russia are taking measures to bring Ukraine to their side, and they are monitoring the threat at the border they have determined. And it is necessary to be close to the threat at all times in order to respond to every move of the threat in a sudden and collective way. In fact, Sun Tzu has a quote that summarizes this very event. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Just like Ukraine, Finland and Sweden had to choose a side and take the initiative in order not to be left out of the circle. As a result, Russia made a breakthrough and increased its troop presence on the border against any threat from its neighbor Finland, which is now a NATO member. In fact, nuclear weapons will probably only be used as a deterrent unless troops on both sides are engaged in a serious conflict. I hope they will never be used for anything other than deterrence. The first thing I realized while doing research is that no country wants to be the first to use nuclear weapons because it would mean a third world war, which is an outcome that no country wants. Thank you for watching.